What up, peeps? Welcome to today's vlog. Today is Thursday, so we're back at the store, of course. I got up, well, if you guys watched yesterday's vlog, I don't know if we ever mentioned it, but Abby and I only got like 2 hours of sleep before waking up and going to the outlet and doing all the stuff we did yesterday. So once we got home, took a little bit of a nap, slept for like 4 hours or so, woke up at like 8 p.m., stayed up until about 1 o'clock in the morning, then went to sleep, and I had set my alarm for 9, which is much earlier than we normally get up. Abby's still sleeping, but I got up at 9. I came into the store here to work on orders because we have a ton of them, and normally we get here at about 11:30 to pull orders, so we have about half an hour in the morning to pull orders before we open, but the amount of orders that we have right now it's going to take a lot longer than half an hour to get done. So I wanted to come in early so I could focus on that. I also need to kind of clean up the counters. We got a bunch of water for our resurfacing machine, and we got boxes delivered today, or yesterday, whenever. But these two, we have 200 boxes, and those are specifically for the Resident Evil Essentials collections that we need to ship, because we shipped one, so I think we have 14 left to ship, and then we also have some sealed N64 games that need to go out, and a few other things, and we're ordering more, of course, so we need boxes. So I got 200 there, should last a while. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing this morning. I also needed to mention, you might have noticed that if you go to the website and you're trying to pre-order the Mario 3D All-Stars from us, the listing is no longer up. The reason for that is that our supplier is getting some conflicting numbers from whoever he gets them from. So he doesn't know exactly how many he's going to be getting, and so he asked everyone to kind of cut off pre-orders, at least for the time being. If things change and he tells me, like, go ahead and open them back up again, of course I will. So that, it kind of sucks, because I know that there are some people who were planning on pre-ordering it with us, and now we don't have the option to do so anymore. At least for now. Like I said, things could change, but if you did not pre-order it with us yet, and you're worried about getting one, just pre-order it with someone else. If you're not worried about it, then I guess you can wait and see if we can get more of them, but I don't want anyone waiting around for us and then not being able to get one. That would suck. So if you have to pre-order with Best Buy or GameStop or Amazon, wherever, feel free to do that. It's not gonna hurt my feelings at all or anything like that. I'd rather people get the games than we have 1 or 2 more pre-orders. So anyone who did pre-order it with us should be perfectly fine. Originally he told me like the number that he was going to be getting like in stock, and it's way more than what I would assume would be all the stores combined. So we have, I don't know I don't know how many stores he caters to, but I would have to assume that we probably have one of the higher pre-order counts for that game, at least so far, because I mean, it just came out for pre-order not too long ago. We already have like 50, maybe 60 pre-orders for it. So like I said, anyone who did pre-order with us should be fine. If you didn't, feel free to pre-order it somewhere else, or if you don't mind waiting, we can see what happens. Hopefully we'll be able to get some more, but I will of course let you guys know as soon as I have information about anything like that. So I wanted to mention it right here at the beginning of the vlog, just so it doesn't get buried. I definitely want people to see it, but that is the reason why you don't see that on the website anymore. So I'm going to get to work here and start pulling some orders, hopefully get as much stuff shipped as I can. We're still working on all the back order stuff that came in, all the factory sealed stuff, especially the Resident Evils. Of course, that's what the boxes are for. So hopefully we'll be getting all those out today. Thank you guys so much for all your support on everything. It means a lot. So yeah, I'm going to get to work. All right, guys, so it's probably somewhere around halfway through the day, maybe a little bit more. We have some trade-ins to show you here. So first up, we have Valkyria Chronicles for PS3, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 3, IHRA Drag Racing, and Need for Speed Most Wanted. And then for PS1, this is probably where the best stuff is. We have Asteroids, Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, really nice black label copy. Namco Museum Volume 1, SimCity 2000, Resident Evil 2, nice complete one as well. Rayman, Tomb Raider, MechWarrior 2, Soviet Strike, Namco Museum Volume 3, and Jet Moto. And then we have some long box games here. We have NFL Game Day, Need for Speed. This one has like some weird damage to the cover. And then Air Combat, Battle Arena Toshinden 2, and Road Rash. It's kind of like pushed in on the front, and it's got this big sticker on the bottom, which I put our label over just so our label's not directly on the box. But as you can see, I tried to remove it, and it's just ripping, so that kind of sucks. For the 360, we have Nickelodeon Dance 2, Halo Reach, Enslaved, Soul Calibur 4, Eternal Sonata, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Forza 3, and Battlefield Bad Company. For the Switch, we got Pokemon Sword and Shield. For NES, we have Cybernoid, the Fighting Machine. And then for the Wii, Toy Story Mania, Lego Harry Potter 5 through 7. Unfortunately, it's like pretty badly water damaged. Real Heroes Firefighter, Rayman Raving Rabbids 2, The Beatles Rock Band, Rayman Raving Rabbids, Wall-E, Tony Hawk Ride, Shaun White Snowboarding, Guitar Hero Aerosmith, Guitar Hero 5. Then we have Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup for Xbox, and then Harvest Moon Light of Hope Special Edition complete for PS4, and Spider-Man Game of the Year Edition complete. Was told that the codes for this were not used, but I can't really trust that, unfortunately, since I don't have, first-hand knowledge of it. So that is the majority of what came in. We probably had like some controllers and stuff. Ryan's been working on a lot of things. Someone sold us a Super Nintendo last week, and they brought the box in for us today. They told us they were going to be bringing it in. We have a Super Nintendo backpack with a little Mario scarf, AV adapter, a Mario plush, and a Samus stress ball. We got this strategy guide traded in today as well. And that might be it for like that kind of stuff. And then we got the Ring Fit Adventure traded in. It was just the ring and then the game. We actually had this box in the back to complete it, so we have a complete one now for sale. And then I know there was these came in. Super Mario Maker 2, Clubhouse Games, and a Super Smash Brothers. So those were traded in today as well. And then a couple things that we are going to be keeping for our collection. We have a Black Label copy of Soul Blade. We have just a sealed NHL 99. Siberia long box for PS1. And then a box only for the Cryon Conquest, which this is a pretty rare NES game. Cartridge only is like $100. This is just the box, like I said. And then this is just a condition upgrade for my personal copy. This is box and cartridge only, so I just need to, I'm just going to swap the box with my other box. And so we have a no manual copy for sale. And then Josh came in and he gave me this. I had purchased all of his, well, all except for this one, of his Final Fantasy figures before. And he told me at that time, he was like, I think I have the Tifa one. If I find it, I'll give it to you. And I was like, okay, cool. And he found it in his garage, so he brought that in for me. So thank you to Josh. That is super cool. And I'm pretty sure that's all we have to show you guys so far.
Sega Genesis arcade stick.
Oh, yeah. There was one arcade stick. Just one of these.
Oh, and a Wii controller and a nunchuck.
Oh, yeah, Wii remote and a nunchuck. Ryan's cleaning some discs and stuff. I'm pretty sure that was everything. There was a couple of Wii guitars that didn't work, unfortunately. Our Disney Infinity thing is overflowing. But yeah, that's pretty much it so far. It is very smoky outside. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera. You can kind of see it. There are lots of wildfires in Oregon and some in Washington, and it's been really, really smoky. Luckily, they're not around here, so we're not like in danger of having to evacuate or anything being burned like in Vancouver. At least not yet. I hope obviously that doesn't happen, but Yeah, there's been lots of high winds, and it's blowing the smoke here. I think there was like a pretty big fire going over in like Yakima, which is where John Riggs lives. So hopefully everything's good with him. And then I think there were some there's a lot of them in like Southern Oregon, and they're like moving up, which is terrifying. So hopefully everyone is safe and everyone's okay. Our friends Jackie and John live down in Southern Oregon, and hopefully they're gonna be all right. And yeah, it's kind of scary, but nothing we can do about it.
Okay, so we have some mail things that got sent to us. First one is from Heroic Goods and Games, and it looks like they included some Super Mario trading cards from the movie. And
Super cool. Those are super cool.
And then we have StarCraft 64. I think they had this listed pretty cheap, which is why we bought it, and it's in great shape.
So we got a package from them. Last week, I think it was. Mm-hmm. Owner is a very nice guy. We've been talking on Facebook and everything, and he sent me a message the other day, and he's like, "Hey, we just got in like a pretty big collection.
I remember this. Yes.
350 NES games and like 200 N64 games. They're all up on the website if you want anything." And he gave me a coupon code as well. Very nice of him. He didn't have to do that. But I was going through, and it was right when I woke up, so like I wasn't in the mood to like look up games and do all this stuff. So I just saw StarCraft, and it was pretty cheap, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll just get that one. And then I bought it, and he's like a couple days later, he's like, "Man, I just saw that price you bought the StarCraft for. That was pretty cheap." He was like, "Luckily, I paid for it thinking that that's what it was worth." So he still made the profit that he was expecting to make. But yeah, it was really cheap. If you guys are interested, check out Heroic. What is it? Heroic Games and Goods.
Yes.
They have a website where you can purchase from, just like you guys do with our website. Very, very nice guy, like I said. So definitely show them some support if you can.
Okay, next is from V Blank Entertainment. I'm sure we know what these are. Oh, do you want to just... Here. Cooper's supposed to be doing something else while I do this, but it's okay.
Everybody knows what this is.
Yeah.
Hawaii Shakedown! We got 2 copies of the standard one and 2 copies of the special edition.
So we noticed something about these, by the way. Is it these?
What?
That it's printed on there? Or is it the Wii ones?
The Wii ones.
The Wii ones have... Yeah. No, it's printed, isn't it?
Well, yeah, this whole thing is printed on. Like, this is a... I'm not going to open the actual game, but the slipcover... Oh, there's a soundtrack thing. But yeah, the slipcover, this is just like a regular box protector. Like, this is the same kind of protector that we can get for anything else, but it's like fully customized with this printing. And the ones that came with the Wii versions of the games that we got, they were just like a regular blank slipcover, but then like it had the V Blank logo printed on the side or whatever, which I thought was really, really cool. But yeah, these are awesome. These are currently, things could change, but these are currently the last Wii U games released for the North American set. So, we had to order some, of course. Got to keep that complete set going.
I remember when, they first announced these. It was probably about a year ago, and it was described as a, 8-bit or a retro GTA.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff.
These 2 orders right here, these are resurfaced orders. They both have a note in it. The one over there, this is from Ian, and it says, "I am a longtime YouTube subscriber and watcher. We recently discussed this resurfacing for the 20+ discs at this price." And then it just says, he asked if we're able to test one of the games. He has no way to test it, but received it in a bulk purchase recently. Awesome, so we will get started on that. And then this one, it also has a note, and it says, "Hi Ryan, Abby, and Cooper, please forgive my message on a 4x6. He printed it on the label. "But I'm working from home for the next 2 weeks, and I only have my Dymo 4XL at my house." Hey, that's what we use. Let me just say that I enjoy watching your vlogs daily since discovering them last year, and you inspired me to start putting in work to build my own collection, much the way you did before you had the store. My knowledge base has grown tremendously watching your videos on games to watch out for and your commentary when you show trade-ins at the store. I'm now able to grow my collection exponentially while selling duplicates and keeping it from affecting my family's budget. So again, thank you, and please keep doing what you're doing. And then, awesome, and just like lists all of the games that he has to resurface, which I think there are 31 of them in total. So that'll get done. And then he had a free, I just dropped a box. He had something free.
What do you mean free?
It says free on the package.
Oh, that's cool. This is Buck Rogers for the Atom supercomputer.
That is pretty cool. Is
That is
it like
cool.
a cassette tape?
It's a game.
Okay.
It is a cassette tape, but it is a game.
What? That's really cool.
The Atom it's kind of in the same vein as like the Atari 400 or the Commodore 64.
Mm-hmm.
It's like those older computers. Yeah, this is really, really cool. I have no idea what something like this is worth. 1983 Coleco.
Well, it was a gift, so you need to keep it.
Who's it from?
It's from somebody that we're doing a resurface order for.
Well, we don't collect computer stuff.
Too bad. So sad. We're keeping it.
It is really cool though.
Thank you so much. Okay, so this item came via FedEx, and this is from Japan. So I'm guessing Cooper bought this from eBay. He's like sneaking over here.
What do we have in there?
We have some reused newspaper. And I don't know. Did you order games?
Oh, I remember this.
Oh!
This is for the store.
He's taking over my unboxing. Thanks.
Well, I got to tell the peeps what it's all about. I was looking through the newly listed stuff on eBay. I've been doing that more and more since we actually have some money to spend for once. And someone listed these from Japan. We have a couple other packages from Japan to open as well, and they got here extremely quick. Like, I bought these not even a week ago.
FedEx International.
Look at the condition on that.
Oof, that's minty.
It's nearly perfect. So, a seller from Japan listed both of these. They said that there was no issues at all. So it's 2 Game Boy Colors, 2 teal Game Boy Colors. And as you guys know, Game Boy and Game Boy Color stuff is not region locked. So if you get a Japanese Game Boy system and you play North American games on it, it's perfectly fine. So we also have a boxed one.
It's a little rough on the front.
It's a little rough. Get some close-ups on that.
Looks like there's like a sticker there, and then just
Yeah,
wait.
it's not bad though. But they had both of these listed, and it was a pretty good price. I don't think these bags are original.
No.
Okay, well this Game Boy's in much better shape. Look at the color difference. This one's like faded green, and it's all kind of...
You can't really tell on the
up
camera,
there.
to be
No?
honest. No.
You can't see a difference?
You can.
This
but
looks more
it's-
like this. That looks more like that color than this. So, unless there's like matching serial numbers, we'll probably put this one in the box. But this one has the paperwork as well. And we got both of these shipped for like $55,
Damn.
which is pretty good. A regular Game Boy Color right now is selling for $50. So, what?
Put the nice one in there.
I was gonna check the serial numbers first. I'm gonna leave the one in there that's in there.
But
'Cause
you
people
just
want matching
you
serial
literally
numbers.
just put the system in there, so you can't even compare the serial numbers.
Because I'm not gonna do it right now.
Oh, okay. Go away. Do your own work.
Hey, regular Game Boy Colors are going for $50, and this one with the box, I'm sure we could sell for a little bit more than that. But these are really cool. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Good.
Next package from Japan was the smoke controller.
Whoop, whoop.
And as you can tell, the boxes are pretty much just the same with like the color and just white.
Well, they say different things. We just can't read it.
Okay, that's not what I meant. And you know it.
No, I don't know that.
But it looks pretty nice. Did you tell them that you had to return the other controller?
No. We should talk about that though, because I don't know if anyone was curious about that, the Diehawks one. So the orange and black controller that we bought was supposed to be for the store, and I'm returning it because the seller is being a jackass. It's true. Because that controller, in the photos, it showed it being pretty much new. The box was perfect. It had the baggie on the cable, like this one does.
So here this one is. I just opened the box with one hand. It looks like it's
this controller
pretty good.
Is new.
This is gorgeous. And then this is the baggie that Cooper was talking about.
So
it comes tied inside.
There's a twist tie in there. There's the baggie, and then a twist tie here. This is literally a brand new controller. It may have been plugged in, but it's never been fully used.
Yeah.
The Diehawks controller that we bought was supposed to come like this, and it didn't. It only had the outer baggie, and it was ripped. It didn't have the inner baggie, didn't have the twist ties.
The controller was dirty.
And the box was dented. The box was creased on the top, and it wasn't supposed to be like that.
And the stick was very loose.
And I contacted the seller, and I was like, hey, the controller that I got doesn't seem to match the one in the photos. What happened, basically? And they just responded with, I can't remember what it was, but it was something just like really snotty. And they're like, well, if you would have read the description, you would see that it says the photos might not be of the actual item.
And then they copy and pasted 3 pages.
I go and look at the description, and they've got 20 paragraphs of policy stuff. Here's the shipping information, the return policy, all this crap. It's 15 paragraphs, and in the middle somewhere, it says that the items might not match the photos, but it specifically says that's mostly for low-cost games because the price doesn't differ, but for consoles or special items, it will have the actual photos.
And a Diehawks
and a $200-something controller, I would think counts as a special item. So they're just being a jerk, and I was like, all right, well, I'm returning it then if you're just going to be a jerk about it. So
then
they're just being real stupid.
Then they're like, okay, here's my address, ship it back. And Cooper's like, no, that's not eBay's policy. You have to cover shipping. And they're like, I'm not going to let you, I'm not paying for shipping. So
basically I'm waiting until enough days go by where I can ask eBay to step in. They're going to force the seller to send a return label because according to eBay's policy, if you send something that is not as described or not as pictured, you're responsible for return shipping if the buyer wants to return. And originally, I wasn't even trying to return it. I just wanted to be like, what's up? Do you have the actual controller? Because I was kind of hoping to get the one that was new, not this one with a ripped bag. And because he had a poor attitude about it, I just decided to return it instead. And he's just sticking me around, basically. So I'm not going to deal with it.
That's 2 bad words.
I'm not going to deal with it. Okay?
No.
Okay?
No.
Too bad. He's getting a return.
Okay, guys. Oh, what is that?
I need you to cut this one open.
Oh.
These are the Resident Evils, but I'm trying to ship them.
Oh, that tape's already... I'll just not cut it open. Okay. After that brief interruption, we have something really, really cool in here. This also came from Japan. And this is, I think, the coolest thing. It's packed very, very nicely.
Cooler than my controller.
It is cooler than your controller. And we have a thank you note. And this is for these Virtual Boy games. You can't really see them too well. Vertical Racing, Galactic Pinball, and Baseball 95. I don't know what that says.
Vertical Racing?
No, I said, yeah, it says Vertical. Oh, it says Force. I can't read, sorry. And then we have this beautiful system. This is a Japanese Virtual Boy. And then we have some games in here. Tetris. I don't know what that is. Teleroboxer. Again, don't know what that is. But these are gorgeous. It was packed very well. It's in 2 boxes. And it's amazing.
It is. Some of those games we're keeping. I
Oh.
think a couple of them are Japanese exclusives,
Sorry, guys.
but only a couple.
Cooper's keeping all of it again. How dare he?
Stop! So unfortunately, we have another shoplifting incident from today to tell you guys about. This one worked out a little bit better in the end, luckily. We were really, really busy today doing trade-ins. We still have more trades to show you and more packages to unbox as well. But as I'm just going through orders and stuff on the computer here, I figured I would tell you guys what happened. So I was in the middle of doing a trade earlier. The last trade of the day was a really, really big one. We got a stack of NES games and a bunch of Game Boy games to show you and a bunch of Atari games. But in the middle of doing that, this kind of like crackhead guy came in and he came up to the counter. He had a PS4 controller he was trying to sell. I hooked it up to the computer to test it with the program that we have on the computer, and the left joystick was drifting all over the place. As soon as I plugged it in, it was all the way at the top of the thing, and it was like moving around like this. And it was also really gross and dirty. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm really sorry, but I won't be able to take this. And then he also had a couple cell phones that he was trying to sell to us or whoever. Told him we don't take them. And he like walked around the store for a little bit and then left. And then right after he left, one of our other customers came up and was like, hey, that guy that just left, I saw him grab a couple packs of Pokemon cards and then he walked out and didn't pay for them. And he said he didn't say anything earlier because he wasn't sure if the guy was going to pay for them or not. It wasn't until the guy left that he realized he had just stolen them. So I'm glad that he told us, because when the guy left, he left those 2 cell phones here that he was going to try to sell. And I had even given him the card for a cell phone place here in Vancouver that sometimes does repairs. That's why we have their cards. But I know that they buy and sell stuff as well. So I was like, oh, you can check out this place. They're called Fixoid. And I was like, you can check them out. They might, they might be able to help you out. They might buy the phones. And I was being nice to him, trying to help him out. And he stole some Pokemon cards from us and left the phones here. So I was like, well, if he comes back for the phones, then stuff's about to go down. So he was gone for maybe 25 minutes or so. And then he pops his head in the door and he's like, did I leave a couple cell phones here? And Abby, I'm not very good with confrontation, just so you guys know. Abby is. And Abby was like, she was like, yeah, you left them here and you also stole some Pokemon cards from us. And he's like, what? No, I didn't. And then she's like, we have security cameras. We saw you do it. Because after the customer told us, Abby went back and looked at the cameras, and yeah, you can tell he grabbed them, never put them down anywhere, and walked out with them. And she's like, we'll give you the phones if you give us the cards back or pay for them. And so he starts giving us this sob story about how he doesn't do that, he doesn't steal, he doesn't do this kind of stuff because he never gets away with anything, and this is the first time he's ever done this, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, complete lies. The phones that he was trying to sell us were probably stolen, and that controller was probably stolen too. Anyway, long story short, he came back in as he was apologizing and all this stuff, and Abby's telling him like, this is our business, this is how we pay our bills, and blah blah blah, just trying to make him feel really bad. He seemed to be feeling bad, but I don't think he actually was. I think he was just scared that he got caught.
Well,
but
like, you guys didn't even say anything the entire time.
I didn't say anything because you were saying stuff.
I'm sitting in the back corner and I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. And then I'm just like, he like popped in and neither one of you said anything.
Because you said something right away.
No, I didn't. Waited.
He said something first. He was like, did I leave some phones on the counter? And you were like, yeah, and you stole from us. That's what happened.
I might
get in the frame.
I might enjoy confrontation sometimes.
Abby loves it. That's why Abby argues with people on Facebook.
I do not.
Maybe not anymore, but she used to a lot. But long story short, he came up to the register. He paid for the cards. He didn't have them with him, so I wasn't able to scan them out. So now we have to go through all the Pokemon card packs and figure out which exact ones he took, because they all have individual numbers on the price tags.
He did have a cute dog, though.
So that's kind of a pain. Abby, like, made him feel so bad. And, well, she was trying to. I don't know if he actually did. But she was, like, in the end, she was being too nice to him. And so I didn't feel the need to, like, ban him from the store, but I really wanted to. But just the way that Abby was talking to him, I was just like, well, it's kind of like a 180 if I all of a sudden I'm like, and don't ever come back.
That's something that I have just, like, I think works a little bit better than being mean to somebody, because if you're mean to a person, they get really defensive. But if you make yourself look very, this kind of sounds manipulative now, great. But if you're very nice and you handle a situation with, like, a really level head and you're nice to them, even if they don't deserve it, it makes them look and feel like the crappy person in the situation. And, like,
they are the crappy person in the situation.
But, like, they realize, like, oh, this person wasn't even rude to me and I was rude to them. Like, it helps. Also, you know, if you ever are in retail and somebody's mean to you, just cry. That also helps. I've done it. It makes people feel terrible.
She has not done that in the store, just so you know.
Nope, not yet. Might do it sometime, though.
So, unfortunately, we had another shoplifter, but in the end, they paid for the items. So, and we gave them the phones back that are probably stolen.
And I told them to have a good day.
Yeah, Abby told them to have a good day. Ridiculous. All right, guys, so let's take a look at that final trade. First up, we have a bunch of Atari games. If you really want to know what's in here, you can pause it. There's nothing too special. And I guess if there is something special, let me know, because according to the person we bought them from, plus me eyeballing them, there was nothing special in here, so we just kind of bulked them out. And then there's also these. By special, I mean like more than $10. Because I don't think any of these are. Even the few that I looked up that I wasn't familiar with, like Pele Soccer, Midnight Magic, Sequest, even all those were only like $5. So there's all those Atari games. There's also that Vader system there. And then there's also an NES console that came with a dog bone, which is right back there, which is kind of cool. And then we have all these Game Boy games. I'm just going to go through them like this. All the ones that could be faked are legit. I double checked. Plus, we got them from a collector, so I'm pretty sure he knows how to spot them, and he wouldn't have any fakes in his stuff. But I did double check stuff, of course, especially like the Pokemon Emerald. The Mario Tennis is the only one that I was a little suspicious about, but it is definitely legit. And then we have some Game Boy Color and original Game Boy games as well. A mix of a lot of filler and some pretty good titles as well. So, pretty cool stuff. Obviously, the highlights are the Pokemon Yellow, probably the Metroid, the Harvest Moon. There's, you know, the Mario games and stuff. Mega Man, WarioWare. So, there's some good stuff in there. And then he also had this stack. Oh, the one good Atari game was Pitfall 2, which it's got a little bit of wear up there and then right there on the spine, or whatever you want to call it, the edge of the end label. So this one's $25. The rest are, you know, $3 to $5 most likely. And then for the NES games, we have Castlevania, Spy Hunter, Wheel of Fortune, Ninja Turtles, Narc, Commando, Simpsons, Bart vs. the World. This one's kind of worn, unfortunately. Bart vs. Space Mutants, Target Renegade, Section Z, Top Gun, Zelda 2, Top Gun Second Mission, Tiny Toon Adventures, Operation Wolf, Dr. Mario, Ikari Warriors, Metroid, Turtles 2, Pinball, Duck Hunt, Destination Earthstar, Mario 3, Mission Impossible, Air Fortress, Tetris, Mario Bros, and Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. I think actually I put this one in as a Mario Bros. Duck Hunt as well, so I'm gonna have to fix that. All the tags are printed right there. We have not put them on the games yet because we finished that trade 15 minutes after close. Took forever to go through it all. So we still have two packages to open still. So we're going to take a look at those right now before we head home. All right, so I don't see like any sort of note or anything. There might be one in here somewhere, but I don't see anything just yet.
If you are ever sending anything to us, if it's a resurface order, if it is a trade-in, anything, please include a note. A lot of people contact us via Instagram, and it is very, very, very difficult to find people. At this point, we are behind on messages so badly that I cannot get through them, and we're going to be possibly having to change the way that people contact us. So please, if you are ever sending anything into us, if it's a trade, if it's resurface order, anything at all, include a note with your name, with your return address, and a phone number so we can contact you.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's cool.
There's a bunch of posters in here. I remember him saying that he was going to throw some posters in.
I think 2 of those belonged in Nintendo Power magazines.
The Mega Man 3 one definitely did. These ones obviously don't. But I bet you Ryan will like these. We don't have room for posters. So we have to be extra selective. But Ryan does like... I'm not going to open this one, but there you go.
Ryan has less room than we do.
Yeah, but he also probably has more posters. Here's a little one. Nintendo Power one. Pretty cool. Okay. Game Genie. So, just to be clear, you might have seen a cut at the beginning of this clip. It's because Abby was like, did we pay for these yet or not? So this box we have not paid for yet. We are going to come up with a price and go from there. The other box we have paid for already, I'm pretty sure. So, we have MDK2 Armageddon for PS2. Complete. These are all stretch wrapped together, so I'm not going to take them out right now. It's going to take way too long. So these should mostly be complete. I'm sure some of them don't have manuals. Maybe some don't have cartridges.
There's 1 or 2 that should be missing manuals.
So we have Dr. Mario for NES, Bart vs. the Space Mutants, Mario 2, and Yoshi's Cookie. Well, it's hard to tell when they're all together, but, I mean, it feels pretty heavy. It feels like they're probably all complete, or at least have the cartridges in them. In this one, we have Tailspin, Yoshi, Bubble Bobble, and Donkey Kong Classics. I'm pretty sure so far we have all these games, too, in the collection. If there's any that we happen to not have, or condition upgrades, we'll obviously look for stuff like that, but I believe that we probably have all of these. In this one, we have Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, DuckTales, and Ghosts and Goblins. Ghosts and Goblins, maybe we don't have. I'm not sure about that one. And this one is Tecmo Super Bowl, Kirby's Adventure, and Super Mario 3. So far, without taking them out, the Super Mario 3 has a crease right here. That's the only one that really looks like it has much damage, which is kind of cool. And then we have some cartridges. We have Double Dragon 3, Wizardry, and the Untouchables. Untouchables is a fairly uncommon NES game. And then in this one, we have Super Mario 3, Monster Party, Darkwing Duck, and Mega Man 4. And it looks like the Mega Man 4 has a manual in it. It's kind of hard to tell if it was Darkwing or Mega Man, but it's in the Mega Man slipcover. So Darkwing Duck is always a nice one to get. Then we have some Game Boy ones. I know for a fact we don't have the second one, but Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team, The Amazing Spider-Man, we don't have that one for sure. Mega Man Battle Network 3 White, I don't think we have this one. And then Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, I know we have that.
Those Mega Man Battle Networks are really hard to keep track of.
Yeah, there's so many, but I feel like we just got the number 3 blue. And if I remember correctly, that was the only number 3 that we had in the spreadsheet. So if that was correct, then we don't have that one. We have some GameCube games in here. Well, first on the top, there's like a generic slim case with I'm assuming the disc and manual for New Super Mario Bros. We have a case over there on the wall, so that'll be complete. And then for GameCube, Tony Hawk 4, Time Splitters 2, Metabots Infinity, which I think I might need that one. I'm not sure.
I believe one of those is empty.
Well,
it's not Animal Crossing.
We'll figure it out later.
But it's one of them.
Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters, Metroid Prime, and Animal Crossing. These are packed very, very well. There's like cotton balls in between the things, and then there's packing peanuts and bubble wrap as well. And then lastly, more GameCube. We have Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, it's a Luigi's Mansion, I think. That's
empty?
empty. One of them, because there's 2 there.
Oh yeah, there's 2. Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Wario World, the second Luigi's Mansion, so I guess one of them is empty. And then Twilight Princess on the bottom. So these are from Eric in Pennsylvania.
This is what I was talking about, because I was messaging with Eric, and then we just got in a buttload of messages, and I could never find his message thread again.
Yeah.
And he ended up reaching out to your personal Facebook, which we don't typically respond to those. We only respond to them when we deem necessary. But, like, I could never find his thread again because there's so many unread messages.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are people saying, like, oh, did you see the Nintendo Direct? Which I appreciate, but it's really, really difficult.
Yeah, we're gonna update, because we have, like, an automatic message thing that when you send us a message on Facebook or Instagram, it automatically sends you one back immediately, and it says, like, hey, here's our store hours, here, you know, blah, 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 here's some information. We're going to have to change that to say something like, you know, if you have a question about inventory or a trade or something like that, maybe contact us on these places instead. Or
email us.
Yeah, or if, you know, if you're just messaging us to, like, chat or just to leave a comment kind of thing, like, oh, I really enjoyed today's vlog, post that in the YouTube comments, not in a message, because, like, I feel like we say it all the time, and I feel like people get it, but they don't understand that when we get 100 messages every single day, there's no possible way for us to ever keep up with that.
That's just, like, basic. Like that 100 messages, that is, like, 100 individual messages. That does not count me going back and forth with people.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't mind chatting with people. I really, really don't. But, like, it's
overwhelming.
We knew it would get to this point. We really did.
And unless we're going to hire someone whose only job is to do social media, which...
No.
It's not worth it to have someone to have that as their job. We can't afford that. But we just get so many messages that what ends up happening is we don't get back to people. And this just happened. Someone, I think actually the guy who sent the second package down there, he was going to be sending, or he was trying to sell us a Popful mail for Sega CD. And by the time I actually got back to that message, he was like, oh, I'm sorry, man, I already sold it.
Yeah.
And that sucks, because that would have been a really cool one to have for the store. But that's just what happens. Like, you know, we finally got back to every Instagram message the other day because I just did it while I was sitting on the toilet the other morning.
God.
And it took forever, and I replied to a ton of people, but some of them I was like, this message I'm replying to was sent to us 3 weeks ago. And that has nothing to do with Abby. You know, it's not her fault that she couldn't get to it. We just have so many messages, we can't get back to them all. And there were plenty of messages that I just couldn't even reply to because it would have taken too long, and they didn't have like anything super important. They didn't have something that needed a reply.
Yeah.
It was like stuff like Abby said, like people are like, oh, did you see the new Mario 3D All-Stars and the Nintendo Direct? What do you think about that? You know, we obviously have opinions on that kind of stuff. We just don't have time to tell each individual person through a message. So stuff like that has to go through the YouTube comments. It's just the only way. So the second package here is coming from Juan in New York.
Free bubble wrap.
Lots of bubble wrap.
Oh, be careful. No.
Okay, this is not the person who had the Popful mail, but that story was still true. It just happens to not be this person. This is a GameCube collection that I bought from someone over Facebook. I believe that they had posted it up. Originally, I think they were saying, like, you know, guys, what's the best way to sell, like, a bulk GameCube collection like this? And I can't remember what group it was in, but people were saying, like, oh, do a sales thread in the group and do 10% less than price charts and blah, 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 which is, people do that all the time. But I sent him a message and I was like, hey, if you're interested in just selling everything at once, let me know. I'd be interested. And so he sent me pictures or a list of everything, and I made an offer. And initially he was like, I think I'm gonna hold off for now. And I was like, okay, no worries. If you change your mind, let me know. I'm still interested. And I don't know if he tried to sell them elsewhere or whatever. But he messaged me back a week later and he's like, hey, if you're still offering that, that amount, I'll take it. And I was like, okay, cool. So did the deal, and here they are. So I'm sure there's going to be some stuff in here that we need for the collection. But if it is, it's filler titles. We have most of the expensive games already out of the way. And not that there are a bunch of rare games in here. It is mostly filler. There are some good games, but we already have those ones. So if we need games, it's going to be stuff like Over the Hedge, which is the first game. So I don't know which ones we need and which ones we don't. So
these will probably be on the website in 2 to 3 days of when you're watching this video, but you can't take my word on that because it just depends on how soon we get through all this.
Yeah. So whatever ends up getting posted, obviously, is what's available. You'll have to wait till the next pickup video that I do to see, which GameCube games we've added to the collection. Hopefully by then, it's a ton. So, we have Prince of Persia, Two Thrones, and Sands of Time.
They're remaking Sands of Time.
Pac-Man World 2. Nicktoons Unite. Chronicles of Narnia. Naruto. Are you happy I said it right this time, everyone?
Did people get mad about how you said it before?
People don't get mad, they just think it's funny. NHL Hits 2002. Bunch of sports games here. Madden 2004, Madden 2005, 2006, MVP Baseball 2005, NBA 2K3, NBA Live 2003, 2004, 2005, and 2006.
I think Jackie needs one of those.
I thought she had a complete set.
Oh no, she does have a complete set. Sorry, I was thinking about when I was still hunting for games for her.
Operation, Codename Kids Next Door.
Great game.
Lego Star Wars 2. You never played that game.
Yeah, I have.
When?
I used it to test the system one time, a long time ago, and I got sucked into it. You know what?
That's BS.
You've never played it.
I didn't say I've played it. Metroid Prime.
Have you played that one?
Yeah, I have.
Have you played that
Not
one?
Not recently. Medal of Honor Rising Sun? No. And I also didn't like Metroid Prime.
Are you too
when I did play it.
Shots fired.
I played it when I was a kid, and I didn't like first-person shooters back then. All-Star Baseball 2003.
I always think
2004.
that this is the artwork is cut because of the white strip on top. I always think it's messed up.
It's pretty ugly looking. Battalion Wars, Crash Bandicoot Wrath Cortex, and Crazy Taxi. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, Donkey Konga 2, Dance Dance Revolution, Mario Mix, Dead to Rights, and Driven. Abby loves when I say Super Mario.
No, I don't. I hate it.
Gun. 2 copies of Prisoner of Azkaban. I think he said that one of these didn't work, but it was scratched, so resurfacing it might fix it. Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. Yeah, I think he actually tested every single one of these before sending them.
Say Harry Potter in the voice.
Harry Potter. Ice Age 2, Jimmy Neutron. Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. TMNT, Hulk, Ultimate Destruction. 2 copies of Nightfire. I think... Neither have a manual, but they're both in there. Maybe one of those didn't work too. Agent Under Fire, Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire, a disc-only Wolverine's Revenge.
We probably have a case for that.
Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters.
Also a fun game.
Oddworld, Breaking the Rules.
Oddworld.
Enter the Matrix.
Fairly Odd Parents.
I just read the odd part. Lego Star Wars, Mortal Kombat, Deadly Alliance. Frogger's Adventures. It's pretty sun-faded, it looks. Everything or Nothing. 2 copies of that one, I guess. 2 complete copies. Monsters Inc., Madagascar, MVP Baseball 2004, Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights, and Shadow the Hedgehog.
Scooby-Doo's also a great game.
King Arthur, and a disc-only Top Gun Combat Zones.
I think we need this one.
Tarzan Untamed.
I think we need that one too.
Tiger Woods 2003. We definitely have Tarzan. And 2004. And 2005. Sure? And Ultimate Spider-Man and WrestleMania 18. Star Fox Adventures. Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Second Sight. True Crime New York. And The Incredibles. Mario Party 4, Mario Party 7, Shriek, Spiderman, Spiderman 2, and Sping Bob. Rayman Arena, Mario Golf, a disc-only Luigi's Mansion. Pretty sure do we have a case for that one? No, we don't. Do we? I don't see one. I don't think we have a case. And last is Mario Power Tennis, bestseller variant. Extremely rare. That's everything in that box. That's everything we have to open, right? Right. I'm home now, guys, and I'm pretty much just gonna go to bed pretty soon, right after I edit this vlog. I'm gonna try to get to the store early tomorrow once again to work on orders. We're pretty much caught up with the current orders. It's just all the back stock stuff, all the back order ones, the Resident Evils and factory sealed stuff. We still have a lot to get shipped out. So I'm going to try to go in early tomorrow once again to do that. So don't really have anything else planned for today. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow.